Hello, welcome to today's video. Here is version 2 of the Huge Revolution deck for the NR Festival. After duels with different decks, I found that this was a pretty good counter to several of them. In case you haven't seen the previous video or need a quick refresher on what this deck does, our main combo lines are Dark Doriado and Enchanting Fitting Room. Dark Doriado allows us to stack the top 4 cards of our deck with Oppressed People, Vanilla, People Running About, and United Resistance. Enchanting Fitting Room will then allow us to summon all 4 of those monsters. We also have Treasure Panda. If we have spells and traps in our graveyard, we can banish those and summon normal monsters from our deck with levels equal to the number of cards banished. And finally, we have the Exodius package. On summon, Exodius will add all of our monsters back to our deck from the graveyard, and Obliterate will let us send one piece of Exodia to the graveyard from our deck or hand, and return one of our opponent's monsters back into their hand once per turn. Exodius also gains 1000 attack points for each normal monster in our graveyard. First major change I did was replace Toon Warrior for Vanilla. I found that the synchro monsters that we had access to weren't that useful. Vanilla, on the other hand, is level 1 and is a target for Tri-White. I also added 2 rank 1 XZ monsters. We have one copy of number 13, Embodiment of Crime, and number 31, Embodiment of Punishment. They both have the same effect, where we can detach an XZ material on either player's turn and switch all of our opponent's monsters to attack position. If we do this on their turn, they must attack these XZ monsters. If we have both number 13 and 31 on the field, both of them cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects, and our opponents will take any of the battle damage as long as they have materials. The next change I made was adding the Condemned Witch package. Condemned Witch lets us search out Forbidden Chalice to negate monster effects. We can also Tribute Witch to summon Aria the Melodious Diva. If special summoned, it cannot be targeted by card effects or destroyed by battle. Many decks struggle to out this card. They would need something like Lightning Vortex, or they have to slowly deal piercing damage with Pentastag. Now that we have more level 4 monsters, I added number 52, Diamond Crab King, and Super Quanto Mech Beast Ouroboros. Crab lets us detach one material from it, and it switches its attack and defense, making its attack 3000. After attacking, it switches to defense position. So it's pretty much a 2 material Berserker of the Tenyi. Ouroboros, on the other hand, has a Book of Moon effect where we can target one face-up monster and switch it to face-down defense position. I played against several Megalith players, and if they're able to stack their hand with Bathor, a good timed card of destruction ruins their plays. Dragon Maid and Time Lords pretty much lose to Obliterate's bouncing effect. If you're still struggling with some of the decks out there, I have some suggestions on what you can add. Gadarla, the Mystery Dust Kaiju, helps with removing some of their sticky boss monsters. Backup Squad lets you draw 1 card for each 1000 damage you take in case you need extra draws. Paleozoics are a nice form of removal, but keep in mind that if you summon it, it gets banished when it leaves the field, so you cannot use it to summon monsters with Treasure Panda. And finally, we have Red Screen. It stops your opponent from attacking for the low cost of 1000 life points during your end phase. I was not able to record replays this time since rooms would get disbanded before I can view the replays. I will for sure share my experience using this deck while grinding the festival ladder, and make any changes to fit the meta. If you tried this deck, how was your experience? If you have any tips or advice on how to make this better, please share them in the comment section below. As always, thanks for watching.